Ashwood, Montana, a town where wealth spoke louder than justice, and old money carved boundaries no heart dared cross. Nestled in the highlands, where ranches stretched to the horizon and horses galloped freely, lived the most powerful man in town, Wesley Hawthorne. He wasn't just rich. He was a billionaire ranching tycoon, the kind of man who owned half the state and held the other half in debt. His daughter, Caroline Hawthorne, was the town's diamond, beautiful, smart, and raised with the precision of royalty. But beneath the polished surface of the Hawthorne estate lay secrets that would bring the entire dynasty crumbling down. Caroline wasn't like the others in her social class. Despite being born with everything, her heart had always wandered toward simplicity. And in the heart of town, she found what she wasn't supposed to want: Luke Callahan. Luke was the kind of boy Ashwood whispered about. Handsome, rugged, and poor. His father was a mechanic who died of lung cancer, and his mother cleaned houses, including the Hawthornes. He worked part-time at the stable, mucking stalls and fixing fences. They met when Caroline snuck out to ride without her father's security detail. Their connection was instant, built on stolen glances, late-night conversations in the barn, and secret kisses under the stars. It wasn't long before Wesley found out. "You are a Hawthorne," he thundered when he saw them together. "He's dirt under your shoes. If I catch you with that boy again, I swear, he'll disappear." Caroline was crushed, but defiant. And when she ran to her mother, Margaret, the one person who ever softened Wesley's iron grip, she didn't expect the response she got. "He'll never let you go," Margaret whispered that night. "But maybe he doesn't have to be part of the picture anymore." That single sentence would change their lives. Weeks passed. Caroline and Luke continued their romance in secret. Meanwhile, Wesley had started tightening his grip. He arranged for Caroline to meet a young oil heir from Texas. There was talk of engagement. Caroline was furious. Then, just days before the formal dinner that would have sealed her future, Wesley was killed. His black Cadillac Escalade went off the cliff road on the way back from Bozeman. Investigators ruled it an accident at first: slick road, faulty guardrails, brake failure. But Caroline froze when she heard the news. Her heart thudded not with grief, but with guilt. She looked at her mother. "Did you?" Margaret looked back. Cold. Silent. Then, simply, "No," but the seed had been planted. Caroline believed her mother had done what needed to be done, for love, for freedom. She never spoke of it. She mourned publicly. But inside, she let herself fall deeper into Luke's arms. They began planning a life together. Until the real investigation began. Weeks after the funeral, the sheriff received an anonymous tip: Wesley's vehicle had been tampered with. The brake lines were cut, not from rust, but clean, deliberate slicing. It was no accident. Margaret was arrested first. She had the most to gain: the estate, the control, the silence. But nothing tied her directly to the sabotage. No fingerprints. No communication records. Then they found something strange. Surveillance footage from the Hawthorne estate showed a shadowy figure entering the garage late at night, 2 days before Wesley's death. At first, the image was too blurry. But new AI enhancement from state investigators brought the truth into focus. It wasn't Margaret. It wasn't Caroline. It was Luke. Caroline was shattered. Luke? Her Luke? When interrogated, Luke admitted he had been in the garage. But his story was different. "I went to talk to him," he said. "I wanted to tell him I loved her. I didn't touch his car." Investigators didn't believe him. But then came the final blow. A mechanic from Bozeman came forward. A week before the accident, a young man matching Luke's description had purchased a replacement brake line cutter, a specialized tool. Margaret was released. Luke was charged with first-degree murder. Caroline collapsed. She refused to believe it, until she found the letter. Hidden in Luke's jacket pocket, inside a torn envelope with her name misspelled, was a letter written not to her, but to someone named Monica. "I'll be free soon. She's just a means to an end. Once he's gone, I'll have access to it all." You and I will never struggle again." Caroline's hands trembled. She visited him in jail. Her once soft eyes now burning with betrayal. "You lied to me." Luke didn't deny it. "I didn't mean for it to go that far," he said. "But you were never supposed to find out like this. I loved you, but I loved getting out more. You used me." "No," he said, almost tender. "I just couldn't keep waiting for fate to fix it. Your father, he would have destroyed me. You destroyed yourself." The courtroom was packed. Every inch of Ashwood wanted to witness the fall of the Golden Girl's lover. The prosecution painted Luke as a manipulator, someone who played the long game. They showed texts between him and Monica, a girl from California with a criminal record for fraud. They'd been partners before. Caroline was just the latest mark. The defense argued circumstantial evidence. No DNA on the brake line cutter. No direct footage of him tampering with the car. But the jury wasn't swayed. The motive was clear. The opportunity undeniable. Luke Callahan was found guilty of murder. Life in prison. Caroline never recovered. She withdrew from society, selling off parts of the estate, giving most of her inheritance to charity. The love she had believed in, the one she thought was worth fighting for, turned out to be the knife that cut through her soul. Margaret left Ashwood and moved to Oregon. Some say she never recovered either, not from Wesley's death, but from how close she came to actually considering the same idea herself. The house on Hawthorne Hill still stands, but it's quiet now. Empty. The wind carries whispers through the old stables where Caroline and Luke first kissed. And sometimes, people say they see her there, alone, staring out into the hills as if waiting for a version of the story that ended differently.